Hello and welcome to this YouTube live with the Cricket Next. You are not only watching us on YouTube but also on Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook as well, and this is the pre-match show. And today we are discussing Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Mumbai Indians, the 41st match of IPL 2025. Quite an interesting one here because Sunrisers Hyderabad started off the season on such a big note, such a high note, and then it has been kind of a struggle for them. On the other hand, Mumbai Indians had one of the worst starts possible, something that they've been known for, but they've had or seem to have found their mojo with two back-to-back wins. So it's Hardik Pandya versus Pat Cummins and Mumbai Indians on the rise, while Sunrisers Hyderabad still trying to figure out what they have to do this season, and this is their home ground as well in Hyderabad, the Opal Stadium. Could we be expecting a run fest here, or is it something? Would the bowlers have their say? And to discuss further on this, I have my colleague from Cricket Next, Rudransh Kurana, joining me. Rudransh, welcome to the show. And as I mentioned, Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Mumbai Indians. It's not a table topper or two teams that are in form kind of a competition. But then again, Mumbai Indians, the way they have performed in the last, especially the Chennai Super Kings win, would have given them a big morale booster. Sunrisers Hyderabad, on the other hand, it's been a big gap in terms of matches for them. They still need to figure a lot of things out. What are you expecting in today's game in Hyderabad?
I think the first thing I am expecting is a high scorer because it's in Hyderabad and we are seeing the kind of pitches that this town has given us. And from what I'm reading from the pitch report, it suggests it could be a proper rank Hyderabad wicket where you will see a lot of runs coming off the bat. And I think these sides have a lot of batting quality to use that. And I am very happy to see how Mumbai Indians have utilized their batting depth and batting abilities and how they have changed their batting order recently to make to get the best out of their lineup. So yes, I'm expecting a close match, but a very high scoring match. I'll hope to see some good bowling performances like from Jasprit Bumrah or some SRH bowlers. I'd like to see who in that SRH team could stand up. I would also like to see if SRH are going to make any other changes if Ravichandran Smaran will play today or if they are trying to make any bowling changes. If Simarjeet Singh gets a chance, that's these are things I'm very interested in seeing. And obviously, the toss I would like to see what the mindset is because we have seen Pat Cummins go either way. Sometimes he has opted to bowl here, sometimes he has opted to bat here. I am very interested to see whoever wins the toss, what are they going to do?
Yes, you did mention about the toss, and it will be very interesting. And as you are also mentioning, the track in Hyderabad is something that probably would be suiting Sunrisers Hyderabad because that is something that has been, the biggest concern for Sunrisers Hyderabad. The way that their structure is, the way their lineup is, they need flat tracks, and other teams have been very smart in not giving them that kind of track where their gun batting lineup can really prosper. Here, that would be interesting to see how Hyderabad track plays out. Generally, as Rudransh mentioned, it is definitely a high scoring venue because of the kind of track that is on offer. But you have to think here in terms of what the MI Juggernaut has been doing. They are picking up steam here. 3 wins on the trot. I said mentioned two, but there's 3 wins on the trot. Jasprit Bumrah, his return has really buoyed them, and Rohit Sharma's return to form also is very difficult. So a bit on Mumbai Indians. We talked about Sunrise Hyderabad. They are languishing at the bottom of the table, near bottom of the table, that is, and they need a solid season from here on to really make it to the playoffs. But on the other hand, for Mumbai Indians, even though they are six, 4 out of 4, 4 wins and 4 losses, a win here would shoot them straight up to that playoff vicinity, and that becomes a very crucial, important game for them. But from a Mumbai perspective, again, it seems to be a fact that everything is probably coming together. The star power it had on paper is pretty much now delivering in on field as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Mumbai Indians were always a good batting side. They only had concerns over their bowling issues. Like we have discussed before, they had concerns over their spin and they had concerns over their whether Deepak Chahar and Trent Bolt can support Jasprit Bumrah, not just with the new ball, but the old ball in the middle overs. I think they are lucky that they have such a good scouting department, which has brought in them bowlers like Ashwini and Vignesh Puthur, who are helping them taper over these issues. which is I think has played a huge role in their survival and the comeback this season. Like we always say, they are the comeback kings of this tournament, and SRH need some kind of. SRH can't have a better inspiration than Mumbai Indians and trying to come back from the position they are in, and uh, Mumbai Indians example will show them that it's not about doing the same thing. It's about changing your methods, trying to find new players who can bring new energy to the team, like Vinesh Puthu, like Ashwini, like Jasprit Bumrah coming back. He's one of the best. He's one of the most experienced. But him coming back has transformed that bowling attack because it has much more to it. It is much. It has more dimensions to it. It has more versatility to it. And Hardik Pandya taking so much responsibility. He has been among the wickets in almost every match. He hasn't got the chance to contribute with the bat in lately, but with the ball, he has been right up there in the wicket charts. He has always taking responsibility, always contributing, and that shows how Mumbai Indians always make these comebacks. They have so many match winners, yes, but they also have so many players who like to take that responsibility of winning the matches. In You will always see some one or two of their players always putting their hand up and asking for the ball, asking to go and bat early, and they will win them the games. Last match we saw Surya Kumar Yadav just going after that number three position. He spoke after the match that he thought that with spinners bowling he should be the one taking the responsibility, and he went at three. He's not the captain, but he took that responsibility of going at number three, and he came with after winning the match only. And you saw Rohit Sharma; he has been doing the good things, but last match he took that responsibility of taking a few balls because the target was achievable without a breathtaking starts of sorts. He took that responsibility and he won them the match again. So it's about taking responsibility. It's about believing that you are good enough, and it's just about accepting and enforcing yourself into the game, and saying that yes, today it's my day and I'm going to win the match. I think that's what SRH have been lacking so far, and I think if it's just about that, if one or two of their players can do that, it will inspire the rest of the lineup, and they can go on a run like Mumbai Indians have done in the past, and like they're threatening to do again this year.
Yes, absolutely. They are threatening the way they are coming into the game, and we are really at the toss time here. The representatives are out there in the middle. Harsha Bhogle alongside the two captains, Pat Cummins and Hardik Pandya, and the other toss representatives. So we will have the toss update for you very, very shortly. In fact, and there have been a few comments as well regarding the toss itself. And yeah, toss. Somebody was asking about the toss. Well, toss हो रहा है अभी 1-2 मिनट में आपको टॉस का अपडेट यहाँ मिल जाएगा and what are the kind of lineups they take on here. As we wait, I think yes, as we wait for the toss and to get a final thing, let's discuss a bit about the SRH 11 itself. You did say a lot of you are expecting a few changes, but is there any sense in making those changes because the kind of strongest 11 that they want to put out, this is probably the best pitch for to do that. So they might want to stick with what their original plans were and not to make or change or bring in much changes. Your thoughts on SRH and what could be their 11 or 12 look like?
So I think we have the toss update. Mumbai Indians have won the toss and they have opted to field first, which is
Yeah.
on the expected lines. You want to chase on these grounds. So I
In
think
fact, teams chasing here of the four games, three wins have been via chasing itself. So yeah,
exactly. So it makes a lot of
logical
sense.
position,
Yeah, it makes a
logical
lot of sense.
position there. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I think it makes a lot of sense because we have seen SRH opting to bat first and didn't work out for them. You want to see because although it's a very clearly a very flat track, but you still want to assess it while bowling first. You want to see how if there are some things, if there are some patches that you can attack as bowlers, if there are some things that bowlers are trying, and you can use that in the second innings while chasing the target. When you have a set target in mind, you can go about it very easily here, and because anything can be chased here, you need a set target. And I think Mumbai Indians would love the fact that they have won the toss and they have got the chance to bowl first. And you were speaking about SRH. Let's see if they make any changes. But personally, I would like to see Simajit Singh back. I think he was a bit harshly done too, because I think he is very talented and he can be a good asset for this team. And I would like to, I don't know if it will happen, but I would like to see Smaran get into this team. If not today, then maybe later in a couple of matches, because we have talked about SRH lacking that stability in their batting order. I think he is someone who can provide them that. Let's hope. Let's see if they are going to make any changes. As for Mumbai Indians, I think they should not consider any changes. I think they are pretty fine. They are winning. They are on a winning run, and I think unless Karan Sharma is fit and ready to come back, I think they should not make any changes. They should stick with the same team and try and build on the momentum that they have.
And I don't think Karan Sharma is fit enough because at the toss, Hardik Pandya has mentioned that there is one change, and that is Vignesh Puthur coming in for Ashwini Kumar. Quite an interesting choice there, considering Hyderabad, high scoring venue, not that big of a pitch where you are taking that chance with a Vignesh, young Vignesh Puthur there, and not bringing on keeping out Ashwini Kumar. Of course, he would be subbed out for Rohit Sharma because Mumbai are bowling first. But yeah, Vignesh Puthur coming in. Your initial thoughts in terms of this was something we had discussed, why Puthur wasn't being played far more often after his exploits in the first initial games, and then we saw him. On the benches, but again, your thoughts on Puthur coming in? They have any specific plan against SRH batters here, Mumbai?
I think it's. I don't think so. I think Mumbai have done the right thing by opting to bowl first. Yeah, Mumbai Indians lineup is here: Ryan Littleton, Will Jack, Suryakumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Hardik Pandya, Naman Dheer, Mitchell Santner, Deepak Chahar, Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah, Vignesh Puthur. I think it's very right that they have Vignesh Puthur staying in that bowling lineup. I think he has done enough. Karan Sharma, I don't think he is fit. I don't think he is in the lineup. I think he is still not fit. And I think Vignesh Puthur has shown enough signs that he can be a good enough replacement for him. So some in this campaign at least. And we talked about him a couple of matches ago, and we spoke about how why they are not using him enough. And even then, our discussion was about how they need to protect him a bit, and I think they have done that. Now it's about uh, putting him in these matches when they need him and seeing if he can contribute, how he can contribute. And I think today will be a huge test for him on these pitches against these batters. We know how good Heinik Klassen is. We know how good Ishan Kishan is against spin. We know how good Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head can be against spin. So this is going to be his biggest, and I think he will come good. I think he has shown the tenacity. I hope if he doesn't come good or if he has a bad day, I think Mumbai Indians are a franchise who will support him and who will back him. But I think there is a good chance that he comes good today as well.
So, Rudransh hoping for Vignesh Puthu to come good. Let's have a look at the Sunrisers. Hyderabad are playing 11 or playing 12, so to speak, and it's Abhishek Sharma, Travis Ishan Kishan, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Andy Klasa, Aniket Verma, Pat Cummins, Harshal Patel, Zishan Ansari, Ishan Malinga. But one big name or one big change is there is no Mohammad Shami. Instead comes in a certain Jaydev Unadkat, kind of a cult figure in the IPL fraternities in many ways. I'm surprised. Unless there is an injury concern to bring in a Jaydev Unatkar for a Mohammad Shami, it's not something that sits well for me. But unless there is an injury concern, which we are not sure of right now. But then again, Jaydev Unatkar for this game.
Personally, I don't think there is an injury concern with Shami. I think it's just his form. I think we have seen Harsha speak about this a lot in our shows that SRH have too many bowlers who are classical ODI test bowlers who like to hit the lens, who like to take wickets over stopping runs. And I think that is where they have been lacking a bit, which is I also wanted Samarjit Singh, but I think they are going for Jaydev Unatkar because they want the left arm angle and they want to use him with the new ball a bit. And last year, if I remember correctly, Jaydev Unatkar had a great year with SRH. He looked like a good T20 bowler who had a a ton of variations with him. He was bowling the slower ones, he was bowling the hard lens balls, he was bowling the Yorkers right, he was helping them at their death, he was helping them with the new ball. He's obviously not the 15-14 crore bowler that he once was. He's not someone who deserves to be paid that much amount of money, but I think he's a great squad player to have. And with Shami, I think he is not the same player after that injury. I don't think he has been able to return to that same level of confidence and same level of rhythm that we saw before the injury. I think his best years were with the Gujarat Titans, and coming here, I don't think the flat wickets and because in Ahmedabad with the variety of pitches they had, sometimes they used to have a lot of low scoring matches where the ball would swing, where the ball would often reverse swing despite not having the old ball rule. And I think Shami really enjoyed those hard uh, grassy wickets, red soil wickets, sometimes brown soil wickets in Ahmedabad. In Hyderabad, he has only got very flat tracks where there's little to no help for his seam ups, and I think that is a very good thing. That I think that's a very strong and bold decision to drop him, because I really think that he doesn't have what it takes to win matches in Hyderabad. I don't think it's not to say that he's not a good T20 bowler. I think he's a pretty decent T20 bowler, but just at his age, I think it's difficult to get back to that prime rhythm that he had before the injury, and we are seeing the after effects of it. I don't think he is in the form that he should be to win SRH matches, and I really like the look of that bowling lineup. It's more pragmatic. Only Pat Cummins is someone who is an out to out test ODI bowler who will hit the lens, who will try to get wickets off pace. But others, Harshal Patel can use a lot of variations. Obviously, Jadhav Unatkar I think could be a good death option and a new ball option. I think Zishan Ansari has already shown that he can be a wicket taker in those middle overs. Plus, Ishan Malinga, I think he is also a very good option. Plus, they will get another one coming in. Let's see who that player is in the second innings. I think that will make it a very formidable bowling attack. And I am expecting SRH to put up a bigger fight than usual than we have seen from them so far. I think this is a much better bowling attack which can stop runs as well as take wickets.
Yeah, absolutely right. As you mentioned, looks like a very decent bowling attack. Here's a recap of what the playing 11 looks like for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Who would be batting first? Here's Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head, Ishan Kishan, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Andy Klaus, Aniket Verma, Pat Cummins, Harshal Patel, Zishan Ansari, Ishan Malinga, and of course Jaydev Unatkar that we have discussed. As far as their impact subs go, it is Abhinav Manohar, Sachin Baby, Rahul Chahar, and Vayan Mulder. And looking at this lineup, you did mention Rudranj that it will be interesting to see who do they bring in when they are bowling. It could very well be somebody like a Rahul Chahar. Maybe that could be one good option because apart from that, they don't have any bowling option. They do have Mohammad Shami listed in the impact sub, but if he had to play Mohammad Shami, might as well have put him in the 11 and swap with Jaidev Unatkar with any other batter in that case. But pretty much clear that Shami is could be dropped, as Harshit also is mentioning. Shami has been left out, dropped, and because of forms, as Rudranj had clearly mentioned, and Harshit in our previous shows has been mentioned that he's been a bit out of form. On the other hand, let's look at Mumbai Indians playing 11. They would be bowling for Ryan Rickelton, Will Jack, Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Hardik Pandya, Namandir Mitchell, Satna, Deepak Chahar, Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah, and Vignesh Putur. No mention of Rohit Sharma here because he will definitely come in as the impact sub, most likely for Vignesh Putur there, and their impact subs, of course, Rohit Sharma, Corbin Bosch, Rajangat Bawa, Satyanarayana Raju, and Robin Mins. So that's the playing 11 for both these teams, and let's dive a bit into what could be the key areas or key points where this game could be won or lost, and I'll come back to the playing 11 of Sunrisers Hyderabad here, Rudransh, the top. Sharma, Travis, Ishan Kishan. They need to fire. They need to fire. And because they're batting first, as you said, they don't have a set target in their mindset. They'll have to go gung ho right from the start. And Ishan Kishan playing against his former team once again. We remember what happened at the Wankhede. A very slow square was dished out to Sunrisers Hyderabad in even nullifying their top order powerhouses there. But here it is their own backyard, and you would expect somebody like an Ishan Kishan now to really come up and show what he is made of, as he had shown in the first game for SRH at the start of the season itself. And Abhishek and Travis said, I'm guessing this even though they've been in among the runs, and yes, of Abhishek Sharma, that brilliant 140 plus score there, you would need more consistency from them, and this is probably the right time and their own home ground to start off with. So, do you think the key would be the top three there, or you are looking at somebody else?
I think all the matches that SRH have won so far, Abhishek Sharma and Travis had fired in both of them, and I think SRH are a bit over dependent on them. I don't think it's a management's error that they're over dependent on them. I don't think it's a team making error that they're over dependent on them. I think
Hold on a second, Rudransh. We have a comment from Scorpio Lover SC is asking which toss or which team won. So it is Mumbai Indians who have won the toss and they have opted to bowl first. Vignesh Pugal comes in for Ashwini Kumar, and for Sunrisers Hyderabad, Mohammad Shami is out and comes in Jaydev Punatkar. So that's the information. You can watch the playing 11. You can see the playing 11 for both the teams and toss up the ticker that is running below, hopefully. So that we have answered. And yes, now, Rudransh, you can go ahead.
yeah. So I was saying, I think they're over dependent on them, not because it's a team building issue. I think SRH have given them a good team on paper. It's just that Ishan Kishan has been out of form. Nitish Kumar Reddy hasn't had a single good knock this year. Henrik Klassen has been out of form. Aniket Verma has been promising, but he's a finisher. You can't expect much out of him. And Pat Cummins, again, he's your all rounder. He's your emergency SOS in the batting department. I am looking at Ishan Kishan, Nitish Kumar Reddy, and Henrik Klassen. I think that is where this match is going to be decided. And even if Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma do some madness, score 300, and SRH still win, I don't think that solves any of their issues. They need uh, someone like Henrik Klassen and Nitish Kumar Reddy to fire. And you spoke about consistency. I think SRH should expect a bit more consistency from Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma, but you can't expect too much consistency from them because your ideology is big hitting from the first ball. You are asking them to go from the first ball. You are asking them to take on, no matter if it's Jasprit Bumrah or if it's Mitchell Stark or Akshar Patel or some local net bowler. You are asking them to go from the first ball. So you can't expect them to score a 50, 60, 70 in every match. That happened last season. They scored in most matches, but that was a freak season. Bowling attack was still getting used to this kind of hitting. Now everyone knows and every team is trying the same. So bowlers know. Bowlers have better plans. Bowlers have better ideas. Captains have better fielding positions, and analysts are giving them better inputs of this exact opening pair. So you can't expect them to fire in every match, and you need Ishan Kishan, Nitish Kumar Reddy, and Hardik Klassen to contribute. These are the players. I think this should be one of their last matches, if not the last match for these three. I think if they don't fire, and SRH anyway don't have much to fight for if they lose this match, it's all about making those changes, get at least two of them out, and no matter how much money you have spent on Nitish Kumar Reddy, how much money you have spent on Hanni Klassen, and how much money you have spent on Ishan Kishan, if they can't get you runs on Hyderabad, if they can't get you runs in 7 of the 8 matches, if they can't get you runs for half of the season, they don't deserve to be in an IPL lineup. I think that is those are the players I'm looking at for if SRH has to win the match. One of those three will have to play a good knock. I I hope for their sake that one of Travis and Abhishek Sharma performs, but I don't think that solves any of their issues. Their issues are more in the middle order. I don't think Travis Head can be blamed for not doing well, not being consistent, or Abhishek Sharma can be blamed for not being consistent. They've already won you 2 matches. Now it's on others. You are playing with 11 players. The 9 other players need to step up and win you matches. You can't just depend on your opening combination to come good. There will be games that they can't come good. So you can't just say that, oh, the opening combination didn't do well, so we are losing. That can't be an excuse for an IPL team of this caliber.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Everybody has to step in. It's not about 2 players or 3 players. And at every probably different stages of the game, you need different players to come in and step up. And for me, I think last year, even though all the talks were about Abhishek Sharma and Travis had, I think, but the bedrock was probably like a Heinrich Klaasen, the kind of impact knocks that he was giving you. It was kind of an added advantage to what Abhishek Sharma and Travis had were doing. So here in this case, you have not seen Heinrich Klaasen also doing much of it. But the issue is here, even if they fail, who do they go back to? Who do they have in the bench? They have a Sachin Baby, they have a Wayan Mulder, they have a Abhinav Manohar. Not much to really pick from. So yeah, they'll hope that this these guys fire. And even if, as you mentioned, big words from you that if they don't perform here, two of them have to go out. But who do they change? That is the thing. And one other thing you very slightly mentioned here is the magical 300 run mark. I hope you have not jinxed it. That was my next question to you. In any case, are you going to see realistically 300 plus a total this time around from NSRS? Because again, yeah, it's Hyderabad. You're batting first. Might as well go gung ho for it, and they are back to the wall. They need a big win, and that too somebody like against Mumbai Indians with the batting might that they have. They would have been looking to score at over 300.
So, if you remember, you asked me that same question when these two teams were playing at Wankhede, and I said a direct no. I don't think we even saw 200 in that match. That was a very low scoring match because prepared very smartly. They prepared a very spin turning, stopping, slow pitch, and they exposed how vulnerable SRH can be on non-flat tracks, on tracks that are difficult for batting. And I think SRH have tried to do the opposite to them. They are trying to push MI into a very flat track where their bowlers will be exposed against the batters, and it will be a batting versus batting contest. So today, I think if not 300, I don't think I think 300 is too far against a team which has Bumrah in it. So if not, I think it will go at least past 200 in all in both innings, and I think we will go closer to 250 because last time these sides played here. I think we saw two of the highest combined total innings. I think Mumbai scored 240 and SRH scored around 270 in the first innings, and that was like all over 500 runs in a match. I think we are going to see something closer to that, maybe 450, 460 runs combined from the two teams. That is what I'm expecting. But it's also about how fit Bumrah is. If Bumrah isn't able to, if somehow Travis Head is able to get under Bumrah's Yorkers, and if Bumrah is somehow he has an off game and he's not able to land his Yorkers, or I think there is a very good chance that they cross 250, 260 against this Mumbai Indians bowling lineup. But I still don't think 300 is still too far for me against a team that has Bumrah in it.
Let's hope. Let's hope. But yeah, that is a good point. Against a 300 against a team which has a Bumrah becomes quite difficult because you negate that 4 overs of what economy of six. For 300, you need what every bowler to go at an economy of over eight,
Yeah.
realistically, and Bumrah going at over 8 or 9. Not really a possibility there, but yeah, but would be interesting to see. For me, I am looking forward to 300 plus score here because Sharma, Travis, and Ishan Kishan. At least I'm putting my money on them to really go big because the conditions really suit them. On that note, we have our regular fan, sports fan, joining in, and he has a very good question. Guys, if players like Abhishek, Ishan, Nitish are not able to perform when there is some challenging bowling or pitch, how would you consider them for a national setup? Well, all three of them have played at the international level, right? For me, from an Abhishek standpoint, sportsman, as Rudransh mentioned, it's about high risk high reward. It's as simple as it for him. So you would not expect that kind of consistency. You cannot expect because it is the way that he plays. So in the T20 format, when he comes in for the team India, you're looking for that impact. So if he giving you that impact, I think more or less makes it well. On the other hand, for somebody like a Nitish Kumar Reddy, I personally never consider him as a very good T20 player in terms because what he made his test debut, and that is where I think his skill set would be more valuable. Let's say you are taking him to England, when you don't have an Hardik Pandya, seam bowling all rounder, Nitish Kumar Reddy sets in there. T20 or ODI, still a lot of time. It still needs a bit of time to really up his repertoire there. Ishan Kishan, yes. Would be I am very disappointed after the way he started the IPL, the way he has stepped off, not really going for shots which is not like kind of unnecessary in many ways. So that is something which is I would be looking at. So Ishan Kishan, I'm not really sure in terms of how he gets up into the national setup because he had a good season, and that has not been the case. Your opinion on this, Rudransh? Anything that you differ from? For me, it is Ishan the problem there, not much of Abhishek or Nitish for that matter.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think Abhishek has showed in international cricket that he has the caliber of scoring hundreds against good oppositions. He scored 100 against England, and I think he. I have a lot of time for someone like Abhishek Sharma. I think he's very talented, and even though he is not showing the kind of game that you want to see from him on non-flat tracks, I think in a team like India, he will have a slightly different role even on pitches which have some hill for bowlers. I think he will have a much different role. He won't be asked to go from the first ball. He will be allowed to take three, four, five deliveries to get into the game, get five, six singles. Because I think he's very good at strike rotation. I think his only issue is sometimes he get exposed against the swinging ball and he tries too much in the middle overs. But I think in when he comes to the Indian setup, he will have much more quality and depth behind him than what he's getting at SRH. He won't have the impact player pressure that you have to go from ball one because you have another player waiting. You need to, and he won't have the responsibility of being at SRH where he and Travis Head are the main men and they have to score in every game to win the matches. I think in India you will see much more technical side of him. And Ishan Kishan, I think Ishan Kishan was a very good player for India as well till the time he was playing for India. I think he has an ODI double hundred, and I won't look too much into his IPL for judging him on India basis. I think because it's not every day. Every day, it's not every player gets to play all three formats for India. He has played all three formats for India, and there is a reason why. He has excellent first class numbers. He has excellent listed numbers. He is one of the more well-rounded players we have in the country. More rounded left-hander wicket-keeper. I think you can't judge him as a flat track bully. And Nitish Kumar, I think with Nitish Kumar, he is very young. I think he's the youngest of them three, and he is an all-rounder. His skill sets are much different than these two. I don't think he can be judged as a flat track bully either because we have seen him score hundreds for India in Test cricket. So you have to give them more time. This is not enough context. This is not enough of a sample size to say that these guys are not good enough for national setup because we have seen IPL performers come to India and not perform. We have seen that Sanju Samson had a very good run in the IPL. He used to have a good run in the IPL. I'm not talking about the recent years, but 3 4 years ago, he used to have good runs in the IPL. He used to come in the Indian team and he wouldn't perform. IPL doesn't define whether you are going to perform for India or not. It gives you a sample size. That's it. I think there is much more context to it, and I won't say that Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Nitish Kumar Reddy should be not trusted because of how SRH has performed and how they have performed in that team. I think they deserve much more trust than that, and I see all three of them playing a huge role in India's future.
Yeah, absolutely. You do have high hopes of all three of them, and very well put forward your thoughts on these three as well. Couldn't have agreed more on that fact, but we are running out of time. What 4 minutes into 4 minutes left for the play to start. Right now, there is a 1 minute silence for the JNK the attacks that happened day before yesterday. The players are there, but we have enough time to look at into the fantasy 11 your predictions and what are the kind of teams that you can look for in terms of winning your small leagues and grand leagues and whatever and whatnot. And Harshit Birs, our colleague, has been kind enough to send in across his fantasy 11. Let's see, Rudransh, do you agree with this? He has an Heinrich Klaasen, Ishan Kishan, Ryan Rickelton, Suryakumar Yadav as the captain, Travis Head, Tilak Verma, Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya as the captain, and Suryakumar Yadav as the vice captain. Abhishek Sharma, Deepak Chahar, Pat Cummins, Jasprit Bumrah. I don't really know if this would work out. You have a Bumrah, you have a Deepak Chahar, but you also have an Ishan Kishan, Travis, and an Abhishek Sharma. So you are bound to lose out a bit here in terms of points, isn't it? In terms of matchups.
I think Harshit has bet on Abhishek Sharma and Nitish Kumar Reddy. I don't know. You having both Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head against Deepak Chahar and Jasprit Bumrah. I think Harshit needs to rethink that strategy. I don't know what mindset he has gone. Maybe okay, he has commented. SRH top 4 just because SRH is batting first in a wicket which is said to have too many runs. So okay, maybe so he is expecting Jasprit Bumrah and Deepak Chahar to take, because Jasprit Bumrah doesn't take the new ball. I think he is expecting Jasprit Bumrah to take wickets at the death, and Deepak Chahar to maybe get a wicket or two when Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head has scored enough runs for him. It's a good idea. I think I don't mind it. Uh, I really like the choices that he has made. I think Ryan Nicholton could have a good choice here. I think Tilak Verma batting at his home ground can have a good chance here. I think Surya Kumar Yadav is in great form, so he's a good vice captaincy choice as well. If Tilak Verma was batting up the order, I would have picked him as a vice captain or a captain, but I think he has gone the right way. I don't agree too much with the Hardik Pandya captaincy choice. Maybe it will come better, but I don't think he can pick too many wickets here because we
But who would have been your captaincy and vice captaincy choice if not for Hardik Pandya and Surya Kumar Yadav?
I think on this ground, I am just going with batters for both captaincy and vice captaincy. I'm not looking for anyone who's bowling even one or two overs because you are not going to take too many wickets here. I don't think that. I think Surya Kumar vice captaincy, I completely agree with. I would go with if I'm feeling risky, I'll go with Ishan Kishan because I think it's his old franchise and a much flatter ground. He would get some runs, but otherwise I will go quite safe with someone like Travis Head because I don't think that Mumbai Indians bowling lineup has enough in it to get him out because I think Bumrah will come quietly. I don't think they are going to expose Bumrah against him too early. And I think Trent Bolt and Deepak Chahar on this wicket, I don't think they have uh, enough form and enough tenacity backing them to get Travis Head out. I think we are going to see another big score for him.
Big score from Travis Head is what Udarshan is saying, and Harshit has had a few comments in terms of he's giving us a lowdown of why he has picked certain players. So let's start off here. Also, this is a must win for them, so let's bet on them. So SRH is what Harshit is talking about here. Last time here, SRH scored 277 versus Mumbai Indians. Also, they scored 286 here and chased 246 in Hyderabad. But they're all what previous year, right? Not this year. Things are different, Harshit. And another also in this case, big run chase SP will give a big role. I think that kind of makes sense because if you are an all rounder and if you are high scoring game, he'll get enough time or he would have to bat and he with the ball also. But then again, I mean, if it's high scoring game, Hardik Pandya could also go at an economy of over 10, and that's what you would do. Uh, Again, yeah, same thing. Safer bet. Harshit saying yes. It was this year we need 286 versus Rajasthan Royals, of course, yeah. But Mumbai Indians not much, right? So I don't know how it will work out. They chase 245 versus PBK is also what Harshit is writing with Harshit. You need to stop, man, because we need to end this as well. We need to end this as well, and we will end this here because the players are out in the middle, and yeah, it is Hardik Pandya who's actually opening the bowling. It seems not a trend bowler. Deepak Chahar up against Travis Head would be very interesting to see. I am looking at a 300 plus total. Harshit, I think, is also would be betting on 300. Not much Rudransh on that count, but let's see how it goes about. With that, that is the end of this pre-match show. We will be back with the post-match of this game as well shortly after the game, and so tune in for that as well. And thank you for tuning in for this pre-match live. Thank you, Rudransh, for your time and your valuable inputs. This is me, Vineet Ramakrishnan, signing off. Then see ya.